let's look at what's going on. Nashville, somehow or another, this has all been turned around. Now it's the Christians. It's not the shooter anymore. It's not even the gun. It's all these people who are anti-trans. I'm not anti-trans. I don't really care. I really don't care. I mean, I don't think we're hanging out, going to the movies together, but whatever. You do your thing. You be you, boo. I'll be me. So we don't hate people. What I do think is a real problem in society is trans people coming into our schools and doing trans story hour or teaching our children who are in first grade that you can be whatever you want. Well, okay, in America, that's true, but you can't become a woman. And changing the meaning of all of our words. Why are our kids killing themselves? Couple of reasons. Social media and total confusion. There is no truth anymore. Rule 1 of disinformation. Make your yes mean no and your no mean yes. Annoy and confuse the opponent. Then accuse them of disinformation and violence. Gee, I mean, are we not seeing that now? Few people are executing this maneuver better than today's leftists and, I hate to say this, the United States government. They have made the world their personal kingdom of performance, and the mainstream media cares more about misgendering a child murderer than the death of 6 people where 3 were children. We're living in Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland actually has nothing on the left's cognitive nihilism and their hatred for order. Democrats, good, decent Democrats who've been my neighbor, what the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Your silence is going to be the death of all of us. We may not agree on what to vote for or who to vote for, but good Lord, man, can we not all stand together on the Bill of Rights? This goes all the way up to the Oval Office. Politicians have always loved to showboat meaningless words. They don't care. They don't care about any of it. They certainly don't care about the violence against pronouns. Big tech has made sure that pronoun activists always have a platform. Until Elon Musk memed his way into Twitter ownership, Silicon Valley punished pronoun misgendering far more judiciously than violent radicalism and child pornography. The military buckled. Even the military. I mean, academia, they're the ones who started the pronoun disinformation campaign. And not just the gender studies departments. It's in the UCLA Law School, Harvard Medical School, even the University of Pennsylvania, the swim team. Hollywood, even on its last legs. Oh, they love the joys of hypocrisy, typified by Demi Lovato's decision to take back her decision. She's now going after she, after a stint as they. But, it's a sea of theys and thems in Hollywood. Corporate media has elevated pronoun usage to a beat as important as sports and the economy, or better yet, fashion, because that's all this is a fashion trend. And you're going to look back on those pictures and going to be more embarrassed than anything you used to wear in high school. You'll be more embarrassed than any of the bad haircuts you had at some point in your life. This has become ritualistic. This is a religion. And we are ritually sacrificing objective journalism, objective truth, reality. And these activists in disguise, we all see through it, have once again demanded that the rest of the world fall to their knees. NPR has a pronoun psalm. If you'll open up your scriptures now to NPR, a guide to gender identity terms. Now, this is the new standard. Today's American journalism. I mean, you can count on total uniformity, or one taking it to where you think, okay, you can't go any further, and the other one going, yeah, well, we're more woke than you. Washington Post published a guide to the words they use in their gender coverage. The Associated Press embraced the inanity of pronoun scapegoating. New York Times devoted at least a dozen articles to gender pronouns, including a guide to neo-pronouns like bun and bun self, kitten and kitten self, vamp self, blah, prin, princess, prince self, fey, fair, fey self. You find 100 of these guides online, published by reputable institutions, schools, businesses, departments, corporations, universities, you name it. If they've published it, you should run from them like the plague. Such unanimity would seem to indicate an obvious truth, right? When everybody is agreeing on something, well, that must be there's truth. Yeah. Anyone who disagrees, unquestionably wrong. If there was only a way they could all chant this in unison like a Gregorian chant, wouldn't that be great? If they could just do that, change it into Latin, and all chanted at the same time, reciting the creeds of their political doctrine. Instead, their performative unity serves as yet another synchronized dance by authoritarians. They're terrible at persuasion. That's why we're going through this. They couldn't persuade you. They couldn't persuade you that climate change was as big of a deal that we should spend $154 trillion and destroy the world's economy. They couldn't convince you. So they'll force you. They'll go around your back. You know, screaming at the waitress doesn't make your lamb chops cook faster. Doesn't happen. This is Saul Alinsky at the highest level. Isolate your opponent. I mean, who wants to be friends with a transphobic, homophobic racist? No one. So we all abandon our friends lest we get swept up. We remain silent lest we get clubbed in the streets, even if they're virtual streets. I don't want to be clubbed. And so we remain silent. Violence may bring quiet, but it will not lead to peace. Hatred, actual hatred, like actual violence, will not inspire respect or even attention. This is why they're now trying to pass what I would describe as the Patriot Act 2, all in the name of banning TikTok. I'm going to get into that in a minute. It's a Patriot Act. And they have to pass it because the ruse is over. People see the direction that the radicals and their allies are taking us, and they know we're in trouble. This is why they have to grab the machinery of the government and use every tool at their disposal, from the IRS to the FBI. You know that the Inflation Reduction Act actually has nothing to do with reducing inflation. It is all about global warming. That's all it is. In their own words, they admit that now. They lied to you, admit it, and we remain quiet. Because their accusations of disinformation are tactical maneuvers of domination and control. These pronoun activists alone have managed to wreck the most fundamental components of grammar. They have destroyed things that nobody even questioned. She means he means they, him means her. They figured out how to scramble the parts of speech until sentences cannot be identified even by their closest loved ones. Have you read a story yet where you don't understand it? You're like, I don't know who this person is, what they are. I don't know what happened in this story. That's intentional. Beyond the dangers of a society without boundaries or meaning or truth, their crusade is also dangerous in its use. Am I preaching to the choir? Disinformation is a weapon of belittlement, a way for leftists to reduce us to silence and hiding. But their seeming invincibility can't perform miracles. More importantly, it cannot impose universal truths. They've decided that the word pedophile is discriminatory, so they'll replace it with minor attracted persons. What's next? We call murderers harm-attracted persons? Look, here's all you have to know today. Don't buy any of this. Their world is coming apart. You have to stay focused on what's important, on their crazy grab for power. All the rest of it, all you have to do today is the next right thing. And that begins with letting your yes mean yes and your no mean no.